I want to welcome everyone to our Two Posh podcast. Welcome to my co-hosts, beautiful Marcella.
Hello.
And gorgeous Whitley.
Hi.
And Spider.
Hello.
And then our special guest today, Mr. Kevin Gerew. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Gerew,
That
whatever. I've been called a lot worse than my last name.
That everyone
So that
knows
really
as
matter.
Woogy.
Yes, this is true.
And I want to know how you got that name.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Man, it's a good one. It's a good question, actually. Back in college, there was a bar on the square in San Marcos where I went to school, and they had a drink. They were only supposed to have, I think the limit was 3.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and so there was. They were getting ready to close the bar, and they were taking everything up. And one of my friends had, the big fishbowl type drink, but it had everything in it. So I just decided I was going to grab it and just pound it. And then somebody at the bar that I didn't know had one sitting there, and I decided I was going to grab that one and slam that one too. So that was about 5 deep on them.
5.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, what was the Woogy limit?
Yeah. Well, and then we went back to my house that I was living at the time, and I guess I was throwing up so bad that actually first off, then I hit a bong, and then ran like across my front yard, like dead into a tree, like it wasn't even there, and I just went straight backwards. And the bong was actually Tommy's. It's called the Green Mile, and you had to stand on our porch. You had to stand on the porch to hit it because it was.
Oh my What?
Yeah. It's called the Green Mile.
What
Great
does
bong.
that mean?
Is it homemade? She doesn't know what a bong is.
A
No,
bong?
I do know what that is.
For weed.
I want to know
smoke
why
some weed at
it's
it.
Green Mile.
Because
Oh.
you remember the movie The Green Mile, and the bong itself was green. So, and it was literally 6 feet.
Oh my God.
It was a big boy. So we stood on the front porch, and we just lean over, and then someone light it for it at the bottom. You hit it. And I, after all those drinks, then went down the stairs and just took off running. I don't know why, and just ran directly into a tree and fell backwards. And then, I guess they took me in the bathroom, and I was throwing up everywhere. I threw up so hard everywhere all night. The next morning when I woke up, I busted blood vessels. So I looked like Wiganowski from Somebody About Mary.
Oh, yeah.
And that is how you got that
That's how I
name?
got the name. Yeah, because I threw up so hard. The night before I had like little splotches, not like he did anything, but I had little splotches. Then I think it was Kareem. I think you met Kareem before.
Yes.
Yeah, Kareem goes, "Holy shit, you look like Wiganowski from Somebody Mary." And then literally it stuck, and then
That really stuck though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what made that
Yeah.
stick like that?
Yeah. Well, but I was. I had other names back in college, but I really didn't do a lot of drugs back then, I guess you'd say. I didn't, surprisingly, and I just drank a shitload. Yeah, I did that right. Yeah.
I think it's funny because I know you as Woogy, have known.
Yeah, it's funny. People
was
actually
Woogie,
say
and
my name. They don't. Some people don't even know who.
I always
did.
thought.
Beth at one point thought it was my real name.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think I did too a long time ago.
That's what I go. Are you serious? Think if some parents would name their fucking kid Woogie? Seriously, I'm like,
Someone named their kid lasagna
yeah, who?
or apple. Amari.
Well, actually, Apple is that's
It's like
that's
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, some weird shit.
But
Blanket. Yeah. Michael Jackson.
I thought
Yeah, that's how I got
Woogy
it, yeah.
was like a love name given to you by your mom.
That's a
Swing and a
pretty
miss.
creepy love name. Woogie. No, but that's how I got it, and it stuck.
I'm impressed you remember that much from that kind of night.
Yeah.
It's. I got a good memory of even the times I'm shithoused. I mean, it's. I'm lucky to have that. I mean, it's going now because I'm getting older. It's getting more now, but I mean, I can remember most of it. And then actually, I mean, I got kicked out of school, I think 3 weeks later after that. So.
What
Did you go
school was
back?
this?
No, I was
No.
banned.
We banned from
Yeah,
school.
Southwest.
Why were you banned from school?
I got in a fight with the dean.
Oh.
Yeah.
About
Like
what?
a fight?
Yeah.
Like a fist fight?
I swung a stapler.
That's right. We talked about this.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Woogy.
Yeah. So then I was asked to leave, and then I was out. They said it was a permanent, and I wasn't supposed to go back. But at the time, I was dating a girl that still lived there, and she actually worked at the bar that I got shit house at. And I'd go back and see her, and I wasn't supposed to be on campus, but I'd still go into the classes. And I'd make myself a drink and go sit in her classes with her, just to kind of buck the system type shit, You can't get me, So
Shocking.
I would go sit through the classes and shit and
So for everyone who doesn't know, Woogy kind of loves to live life to the fullest.
This is very true.
Woogy loves to have fun.
This is very true.
Woogy
Loves to laugh.
Woogy loves to break rules.
That's yes.
Woogy loves to like live on the edge.
Yeah, just have fun.
And
you only live once. You know?
Woogy loves women.
Yeah, this is true too.
And we're gonna
which
get
guy
into-
doesn't? Wouldn't we call you out if you did?
Not everyone loves women as much as you. You are, and you are actually. I have to say, when I watch, I mean, you can grab any woman. Like
mean,
it is
I
basically.
Grab anyone.
I mean,
I'm not trying to catch
Gorgeous.
a case and go to jail for
no.
for like walking in a bar and groping somebody. I mean, technically, I guess I could. I mean,
Like who you date.
I am
It's all
talking
beautiful
about.
women.
yeah, but I
Gorgeous
think a lot of that
women.
has to do with it. I don't think everything is looks.
Oh, it's
Personality.
attitude,
Personality.
confidence.
I think the way you confidence, the way you hold yourself, personality. If you're not afraid to make fun of yourself, you're gonna get far in my book.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, just I can talk shit about myself for you guys. How long you guys got?
I know.
I mean, shit. But no, I mean, so yeah, that was. I mean,
Can you tell us a little bit like about your childhood? How did you grow up? Where did you grow up?
kind of funny that you would actually ask that right now, because today, me and someone's awesome husband, who happens to be my business partner,
My husband, Patrick.
went to look at a house in Carrollton off of Kensington that I think we got. That is literally about 20 houses down from the house I grew up at.
What?
That's
crazy.
And it's kind of funny because when...
Did you go look at it?
Yeah, we got it. I mean, well, that's who's my phone's keep ringing. I'm not going to answer because I told him what I'm doing. He's like, I'm going to bother you. Anyways, but so we went and looked at it, and then but this morning when I woke, he was saying, hey, we're going to look at this house. I'm sitting there and I'm like, fuck, I know the name of that street. What is that street name? Sounds so familiar. So I went out in my living room. Tommy stays with me because that's where he stays now. Because I don't use the upstairs and whatever. But
That's like a forever though.
yeah, exactly.
Let's clarify, please. Tommy is his best friend.
Yeah, for
childhood.
let's see, 4 years or so, 39 years.
That's
Wow.
unbelievable.
I
So
mean-
all you people out there, they're saying that's my best friend. You know him for like 3 years. Fuck you. 39 years. That's a real. That's a friend.
Time.
And for him to put up with me that long, I mean, fuck, that's a reward.
Yeah.
But
He is such a sweet guy.
So
Yeah, he is.
nice.
but anyway, so I went out there and I told him, I was like, man, I go, why does this street sound so familiar? And his parents actually still live on that street in the house.
What?
Yeah. We lived 5 houses from each other back then.
Wow.
And he goes, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Dude, you ain't gotta fucking be all like agitated because that's your simple question." And he goes, "Dude, it's
that
where my
what you
parents live."
say?
It's like, yeah, I did. And he was like, "I thought you were messing with me." I go, "No." He goes, "That's where my parents." I'm like, "Shit, that's right up the street from my house." So yeah.
Wow. Well, Woogy and my husband Patrick, they are business partners and
Yep.
they flip houses.
Yep.
And it's been awesome for me because Woogy has been a friend of Marcella's for how many years are you guys
We
friends?
just went over this.
It's about 10 years.
10,
Yeah,
11 years.
10, 11 years
Yeah.
in that vicinity. Not long enough.
amazing.
Not long enough.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Beth and I are going over this too. So Beth and I have been friends for 12 years,
Yeah.
and then Woogie
Molly and I.
Woogie and I probably 11 now.
Yeah.
So long.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. So it's just such a crazy thing how things happen sometimes. And
Yeah. And
I
then you guys
love
moved
it.
in my neighborhood to stalk me.
we did.
And then I moved out to get away.
We did.
Yeah. And then he still somehow got me into the business with him.
Just can't let you go. Reel you back in.
Goes back to that pulling and groping women type thing, I guess.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Gosh. I didn't say groping. I said grabbing.
Grabbing, groping. I mean,
What's that Donald Trump thing? Grab him by the pussy?
grab by the pussy. Yeah,
my
that is true. That is true. Great president.
Wow.
I definitely need to save that.
Yeah.
You saying that at least.
Yes.
What? Grab him by the pussy?
That was clean. Thank
Send
you.
that to me to make that my ringer.
So you grew up in Carrollton, and how was your? I mean, were you a wild boy when you were growing
No,
up?
I was actually picked on and abused a lot growing up, honestly. Yeah, I was.
By
That's part of the reason why
Like
at
bullied?
school, yeah. Me and my sister, we were never really. I mean, we weren't close. we'd have our disagreements like brothers and sisters do, but
How far apart are you guys?
3 years.
Are you older?
She's older.
She's older.
She's older, yeah. And so I was kind of a nerd, kind of a fucking dork, and so she would have her, even when we moved to Plano to get out of Carrollton, but even back then, like my dad was doing good and everything, and we in our house, like I used to get teased and go to school. My mom had a Jaguar back then. Like how's it, and our house probably cost, it was less than the Jaguar cost, put it that way there, the house I grew up in. So I'd get, how's it feel to know that your mom's car costs more than your house? And I mean, back then, anybody saying anything to a kid back then, you're going to take it like it's a bad thing.
Right.
And I was like, tell them the fuck off. Shit. You tell them to go buy their house too. I'm like, whatever. But
Go tell them to buy their house.
so we moved. My parents built a house in Plano on Glen Eagles Country Club, and moved out that way there. And that's when my sister's friends really started, like, it's because we were going to the same school. So they'd beat me up. I was actually locked in the locker after school hours. Like they had to come back and find me.
These girls would?
No. My sister, like her guy friends would.
Oh, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And why? Like, explain what happened like that day.
Fucking, she thought it was cool. Just be bullies,
Aw.
Like I had, if you wouldn't know because football reference. Well, you might.
I
Jimmy
do.
Johnson.
No.
Remember Jimmy's hair didn't move?
Are you kidding
Remember
me?
all the
I am
hairspray?
a Jimmy
Like, my
Johnson
hair-
fan.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Jimmy's the man. I wish we still had him.
Yeah,
But,
right. Me too.
The hair I had, it just didn't move. I mean, I was just having some dorky hair.
You
It
were
wasn't dorky, but I mean, it was just like,
I want
I
to see
look
pictures,
mature.
Woogie.
I could probably find him.
Yeah.
Woogie with hair.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
him.
there's some in my house. I mean, like that was actually after that. You saw the later ones, but yeah,
why
they
you
used to
shaved it
like
off?
beat me off. Yeah,
They used to make fun of your hair.
huh?
They used to make fun of your hair.
No, I just had a nerdy look. Like I was
Okay.
just, I just was a nerd, man. I mean, I wasn't one of the cool kids. And
so
and then I kept
sad.
getting beat
It's
up, and like, and they chased me home from school. So then my dad made a deal with the school. He bought me a go-kart. That
How
would
old
get,
are we talking at this point?
to be shit. I don't know.
About. I mean, are we talking junior high,
No,
high
it's
school?
probably like 5th grade, 6th, somewhere in there. I don't know. I mean, how are you when you're 5th grade? How old are you?
10.
10.
10.
Something like that.
So
11?
I was about 11. I was about 11. So made a deal with the school that I could park my go-kart by the gym, and then after school, I'd get a head start to it, and then they couldn't catch me.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'd make it home.
it's really sad. He told me that one day. I was like, what?
Yeah. And then until I finally flipped a switch in about 8th grade.
Did
And
you?
then said I wouldn't put up no more shit anymore.
But I have a
and then I
question.
became the
Did
ultimate
they
fighter.
pick on you every day?
Ultimate.
Like, did you?
I did like
But did
not
you-
like the UFC thing, but I mean
know.
I would fight anybody. Like I'd rather literally back in the day I'd rather fight than fuck. I mean it really was what I
Yeah.
loved it. I got high off it, and I was just good at it too. And
Lots
so, I
of
mean,
people, I hear that a lot.
But I
actually.
want to know,
Yeah.
like, back up for a second because, like, I'm going when you're 11, like you're super young, and
Yeah. kids
you
look it's worse now.
It's so terrible.
Yeah, there's all the bullying and shit out there.
I know, but
nowadays,
did you at home, like, could you sleep at night? Were you worried about
yeah,
going
no, I
to
could,
school?
No, I mean I was worried about going to school, but then my dad was very protective of me too. I mean he'd go up there and threaten. I mean he actually broke the principal's office window when he threw him into it when the principal paddled me. He wasn't supposed to.
Oh my God.
That was the thing.
Bless
Yeah,
you.
you could paddle back in the day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but your parents had to sign a waiver, and mine didn't. And and when he did it, I knew there's no way in hell my dad would let it happen.
Oh shit.
He just. I mean, not that I didn't get paddled. I mean, I think, no offense, I think spanking your kids and all that shit's legit. I think. I mean, as long as you don't go overboard and they're not bleeding. I mean, hey.
That's what I said.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we.
I think it's 100%. I mean, this kids nowadays I think are fucking soft because of shit like that. They haven't got a good little paddle to their ass or belt.
I think parents.
Yeah, I'd
that's
get a
one
belt.
thing I don't agree with.
Corporate
People-
Yeah, no, the
punishment.
schools. Well, they took that out, but
I
but
don't
he
like
did
that
it.
at all.
I called my mom, and then the first thing she said was, "Don't call your dad." And he was golfing, and I called him. He was actually Glen Eagles golfing, and he like left the golf country club, came over, and then I was sitting in the principal's office, and my sister was in there too because it all started over her friends, the ones that locked me in the locker. I tripped one of them on purpose. Why I did it, I don't know, because I knew they were just gonna beat the shit out of me. Because I mean, I had like one friend back then in school.
One friend.
And he wasn't going to do anything. And so when I did it, I was like, oh fuck, I'm screwed. And then of course, it got broke up quick though. I mean, I did make sure there's some teachers around when I did it. That way, I knew the beating wouldn't last that long. Teachers would jump in and break it up. And so they took me in the principal's office. They took my sister in there and the 2 guys. Actually, there's 3 guys. And my dad came walking in the principal's office. He thought it was like fucking Christmas morning because I just knew shit was about to get real. He walked in there and he pointed at the principal. And the thing about it was he'd been drinking too because he'd been golfing. So I know he teed off early in the morning. So I mean, he was probably 8 holes in, which for my dad's about a case. So I mean, so he was feeling nice and good. He slammed the door and then he went behind the principal's desk and pulled him up and then just threw him into the window and the window shattered.
Oh my God.
And then came out and grabbed me and goes, let's go. And then he looked back at my sister and goes, he looked at friends, he goes, and then he, you're basically done. And then a guy that worked for my dad, Ron Frago, who's like my closest family friend probably growing up, has sent his son up there, Chad, who had just graduated high school, to threaten those kids.
Oh.
And he punched one of the windows out and then kind of pulled
At
them through.
school? Is this Plano?
Plano, yeah. This was actually Shepton. It was a Shepton.
Oh my goodness.
Up there, not far from your house on Plano Parkway. It's not called that anymore.
Wow.
Man.
It's called something else, I think.
I do know that school though. I mean, I knew it was Shepton or whatever.
Back in the day, like in the back, in the front, there used to be, they closed it in. You could pull underneath, and that's where you used to pull the go-kart.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But then about 8th grade, 9th grade, I just said.
Then you started fighting.
Yeah, well, yeah, just because I wouldn't put up any of his shit. And what I do is I got thrown out of Winston, where I went, off the Royal and Tollway.
School?
Winston School. Loved it. Great school, cost more than my college education, and I was in college for 8.5 years. So that says a lot how much it cost.
Oh, wow.
But I think at the time it was the second most expensive private school in the U.S.
Oh,
but,
wow.
Gosh.
Yeah, I went to like the Brinkers.
Yeah.
The Hunts kids, the Hunts, they were there at school. But I mean, and even when we went in there, my dad's like, in Plano you were in the high percentile. Here you're like in the bottom. You're in the bottom here, so don't start no shit. And but I'd see kids get picked on there, and
Not you. Not anymore.
I'd light people up. I'd just go over and just knock you out.
Oh, I like
So
that.
you did that even when
I like that though.
when
Yeah.
people were you started defending the weak kids.
and then then I got into football, and I took all the aggression in the world out right there. I mean,
That's
that was
perfect.
I loved that. Yeah, I mean, but I was also getting thrown out of every other game for fighting. So my coach loved it. I mean, I was actually Gator All-American, but I
tried
was
hockey.
Really?
yeah, but I was.
Yeah, really. You should have done hockey.
I would have done that. I would have done hockey if it was around when I was.
Yeah, there was very
Yeah.
little.
It was
of
very
that.
little. Then all of a sudden Plano bought like the American team pretty much.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden Plano's good at hockey because they.
Oh my gosh, I love hockey. Just
Yeah.
as the fighting though.
Yeah,
If it wasn't-
exactly. I like you a lot for that.
That's
It's extremely hot to say that, but no. No, but it's just how it is. So I liked the fight a lot back then. a lot. And my dad, I mean, he grew up fighting. He grew up in piss poor as piss poor could be. So he had I think we went back up to New York, Rochester, where they grew up, where he was born and raised and everything. And his house that he lived in, we went by there, me, Tommy, my mom, my dad, and we went by because he knew for a fact that he had Mickey Mantle rookie still hidden in the attic. And I said, Dad, we're going to go by this fucking house. We have to go by. And what he did was he knew he had him up because they would put him in these little, not little cases like nowadays, the nice ones, but little things they tie strings to them and they drop them down in the boards in the attic. Put a nail there and put the rope around the nail. So I'm like, Dad, if you got like fucking 3 up there, I mean, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
And so we pull up, and the house is actually for sale.
No
And the
way.
House for sale
That's
for
so cool.
under
How long ago is this?
$8,000.
Under
What?
$8,000.
It's like $7,600. The house.
How
they
long
grew
ago was this?
up- shit, man. How old am I again? 43.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I was probably 25. I mean,
Oh, wow,
I
okay.
was drinking, a lot, So,
So go ahead. The house is for sale.
Yeah. So but it's all it's in a darker neighborhood now.
Okay.
The correct word to say that. Anybody listening, don't get mad at me. I have a lot of black friends. Just saying. I'm the farthest guy. I do have Tupac.
I was gonna say I like that shirt.
I know. Me too.
It's Bishop. If you ever seen the movie Juice, this is actually his name, and he's eating a popsicle.
Ice cream, yeah.
Yeah. But so we went up there and they're all on the porch and everything, and we explained, hey, my mom was like terrified. She's like, don't get out of the car. And we're like, my dad's like, Kevin, how are we gonna do this? I'm like, just tell them you grew up here, you want to see the house.
Yeah.
And we never thought about actually trying to buy it at the time because my dad was like, what if they're not up there? But I'm sitting there going, does $8,000 really matter to you? Let's
because your dad is very, very wealthy.
Yes, he's done very well. But see, back then, my dad drove a taxi for 4 years. He was a bouncer. He came from about as poor. He slept 6 brothers and sisters per room.
Oh my!
Yeah, he slept 3 to a bed.
What?
3 to a bed.
3 to a bed.
Oh
Not even a king.
Wow.
Not even a king. Not a king, yeah.
And I thought I had it bad sharing a room with my brother.
Yeah,
right. No. He like that's why a lot of my friends are that have known me like Cream and everything. I mean, when someone that's been and started that low talks to you, you kind of can't not fucking listen because they did something right along the way.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
You hit it out of the park somehow.
What did he do to get so successful?
What did he do?
Yeah, your dad.
Got the Mickey Mantle.
No, shit. No, and to this day, I don't know if they're up there, and that still pisses me off. Because they have a house back up there now. They literally went back up there. I don't know. So actually, that was probably 20 years ago that happened. Because about 15 years ago, they went back up there to see. So a lot of my dad's brothers and sisters still live up there. Mm-hmm. None of them ever did anything. Never went anywhere. And everything. So whenever there's a family problem or someone dies or something, it's always.
Your dad?
It's always back on my dad, which gets overbearing sometimes, but he accepts it. And
it's like Patrick.
Yeah. No, it got to him. It got to him a lot though. But so they went up there and they're just driving along the Beach Avenue area, which is all these houses that are on the water on Lake Ontario. And there was a little house for sale. And they had time to kill before the airport, so they went in. The lady had it set up so you live below it and above it. So she rented it out. Her husband died or whatever, and or whatever. Like I said, I have no fucking heart. No. I just don't know the whole story. That's why I said or whatever. I wasn't gonna make up some. I could have made up a bullshit story right now and say yeah, I didn't. But my mom never wants anything. She doesn't. My mom's not a real big fan of money. She didn't like money. She lived in a garage when my dad met her. A converted garage, pretty much. You open up and that's her bedroom. And she goes, I want this. And I was like, really? So yeah. So he offered her cash that day for it. And he said it closed. It was on a Saturday. So he goes, you get the money Monday. And they got it remodeled. And then they lived up there. They live half the year up there because a lot of his family's still up there. And then they just recently renovated. They bought a house up there on the water, but a little farther up on a cliff. And they renovated that, and they love going up there. I love going up there. I'm going up there in 3 weeks, actually.
Oh, really?
Aww.
Yeah, because I drive the car up there and drive it back.
So,
yada.
What was the business your dad created?
He started Let's All Work to Fight Drug Abuse, which is law publications. Now, I didn't abide by all the things that we that we. And I can now say this now, actually, on the air because back then I couldn't. Not like people didn't know, but no, it was we're the largest distributor of drug education material in the U.S. So what we do is we go into pretty much every little town throughout the U.S. We're also in Alaska, Ireland, and Hawaii. And we go into these little towns and we'd approach businesses in each town. Well, the sheriff or the chief of police in that town would give us a letter to go around and say, hey, we're support these people. They're basically going to get the kids in the school a free drug program. It's going to be paid for by your sponsorships. So you buy ads, and the more ads you guys buy, the more shit they get. DVDs, videos. We had 6 different magazines. I think 8 when we left.
And it's like a program like against drugs?
Yeah, Let's All Work to Fight Drug Abuse. So it's
Okay.
called LAW. If you look at LAW, Let's
Okay.
All Work.
Yeah.
It's,
An acronym.
Got it. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was in one of
Spell
those.
that. Spell acronym.
Why do you keep asking me to
Yeah,
spell?
No.
ACRONYM. You're welcome.
Damn. Good job.
I won a spelling bee when I was little.
Oh, did you? Shit.
I thought Gino told him. That's why I'm like, is he making fun of me?
No, Gino didn't tell me that. I wish I should have hit him up for some info beforehand, actually. But no, that's what he started, and I worked there on and off throughout high school and college. I didn't really work that much in high school. I do odd jobs there, but then I just started working there after college and everything.
And that was your dad's
Dad's company,
business.
yep.
That's
Business,
how
yep.
he.
Yep, he started. My mom was the secretary when it first started. He was my dad's best friend.
What a
his
brilliant
wife.
idea, though. Like,
Yeah.
who comes up with that thought?
I don't know. Like, how
That's
did
good.
he come up with that?
That's
I don't even really know.
unbelievable.
Honest. I mean, and then Dare became one of our biggest people that bought our stuff from us.
I was
Oh
going
my
to say, was that
gosh.
related?
Yeah,
at
it was
all, the Dare?
related to Dare. Then Dare,
Wow.
then we distanced ourselves from them when Dare got really, really bad and corrupt.
Oh.
So like people hear the word Dare and they're like, oh, because they were stealing money and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Isn't that weird how that always happens? Like,
yeah.
Marcella and I talked about
I mean, how
a
you
little
gonna
bit
steal
of
shit
money.
How you gonna steal
Not
shit
just
from,
in
like,
general.
kids?
Like, you start something and then it gets big, and then all this and all that corruption and all the people.
I'm not saying we didn't do shit that that was not up to par, but I mean, some of the police departments didn't want to do our books, so we had to do some convincing. So take them out for a night or two on the town or something.
Pull out your pocket stapler.
No, I didn't do that. Yeah. No, these are cops. So I mean, not saying that I haven't been to jail my fair share of times, but no, I wouldn't swing it at cops. That's one thing I actually.
That's one thing. Thank God.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't do. Actually, never have. I've had my fair share of chances too. So
I wanted to touch a little bit on.
the groping again.
I'm getting to that. Give me a second.
Or you say grabbing or whatever you say.
Oh, yeah,
grabbing,
grabbing.
groping, the G word.
Troy Aikman is one of your family friends.
Very good.
From
yes.
the Dallas Cowboys, correct?
I think everybody pretty much probably knows that, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, in like a lot of countries, they don't know
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys
yeah.
football team. So
I mean, hey, it's the Dallas Cowboys. It was the biggest sports team in the world.
now,
I think-
did
I
you
think
know
everybody
that Troy Aikman used to be our neighbor?
I did not know this.
Yeah, when we lived in Hackberry Creek, Marcella was little.
Okay.
Troy Aikman was our neighbor,
But big enough to toilet paper. Yes, that's what happened.
I should chill this next time.
The what?
Chill that next time, but go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You don't like it warm?
Oh, fuck.
He's drinking Fireball.
I did that. I did that knowing it was warm.
That
so
hurt me.
So it's pretty much my
That
fucking
hurt.
fault.
That hurt me.
And it's not like I'm not going to do another one. I'm just saying. Anyways, okay. So back to the Hackleberry Creek in
Anyways,
Troy.
I wanted to let you know my experience with Troy.
Okay.
Because I think I find it interesting because I know he's a really good family friend of yours. And for years, I've held a grudge against him.
Ooh.
I'm going to tell you
Ooh.
why. So Marcella was really little and she was a junior Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. Okay. And I did a lot of work for a charity with cystic fibrosis.
Okay.
Because one of my friend's daughter has it.
Okay.
And we did a yearly function where all the baseball players, the Texas Rangers at the time, would come and participate. And they would always have this big...
like a gala type thing.
It's a
Yeah,
gala,
auction,
auction
auctions,
and whatever.
and yes, I've been a lot of those going up.
So, right. And I was part of putting it together and whatnot. And Troy moved in. And I
Sorry, I
was
just
like,
burped if you smelled that. I mean, I had
Oh,
enchiladas
yeah, it
today.
smells like Big Red.
I had enchiladas today, so I was like, shit. I mean, I didn't even think about when I did that. So sorry, my bad.
I smell Mexican food.
I mean, I did blow it right at
Fireball.
I did blow it right at Marcella, but hey. All right, so back to your thing.
Anyways, I go, oh my gosh, Troy Aikman just moved in. He's my neighbor. I bet he won't mind signing a football for this cause. I'll just go there with Marcella and ask him. I brought the football myself, asking him to sign it.
What do you say?
Wouldn't sign it.
Say it.
Did not
What
sign
year
it.
was this?
Oh my God, Marcella, you were like 5.
I'll tell you a big thing about how a lot of that goes.
Contracts.
If you were 5, well, some is contracts, and depending on the year it was, he was with. Their building is off the tollway still. If you're going on a tollway heading towards your house, on the right hand side, I think it's after D&M Leasing, you'll see a building that has a big block out front. You ever seen that? It's like it's awkward looking fucking thing. I don't know what it ever meant, but that was it was a card company called Pro something, and he had I know more than once and more than one occasion he had stipulations that he couldn't sign certain things.
Oh, because it was only through them. That could have been.
Through them. So that's why, because if he does sign something,
he actually said that to me. Something
there
like
might have
that.
been, or honestly, what it could be too is, you did come with a kid, and that's the ultimate way to get a celebrity signature.
Yeah.
But that's his neighbor.
And they fucking hate it. Yeah, they hate it
say
because
it's for something else.
They say it's for this
But
is for
I
my
had a
kid. And the thing is,
paper.
then they'll list it. They'll sell it for stupid money. Like I just got, Panda Bear Amanda.
Yes.
Her father, they do a big charity function. And she knew that, but she goes, "Can you get me some drawer?" And I go, "Yes." I go, "Get me a flyer from the event so I can, this is it, this is the event."
Legitimate.
A legitimate thing.
I had that.
But even if I didn't have the fucking flyer, just signed it for me. But it just makes it easier because, I mean, sometimes I do hit him up for a lot of things at certain times. So I was like, "All right, give me a flyer." So me and my dad met him at Houston's, actually, in Addison. And I did say it was one thing, but I bought a jersey, and I said, "Sign this jersey." And I go and sign this fucking football, and then I said, "Sign this jersey too." And he said, "Well, 2 jerseys." I go, "Well, that's actually for somebody else. This one's just for the So this goes back to them saying, so sometimes he wants, proof or whatever, but you don't need the proof. You still do it. But they end up selling that jersey. It went a live auction at their thing,
Right.
and I think they got like $3,800, $3,900 for it.
Oh my God.
And that's the reason why, because a lot of them are sitting there going, "Well, if you're going to make you sign, I'm going to sign this for you, and you're going to say it's for your kid or whatever." It just shows how the fucking world's so fucked up nowadays. If you really think
Yeah.
about it, because
Just
if it
really
wasn't for
sad.
like,
Yeah,
if it wasn't
sad.
for, it's like when someone really says rape nowadays. Did you
Yeah.
really get fucking raped? Are you just saying it? I
Right.
mean, really, like just because you got drunk last night, woke up in the guy's bed, you don't want to admit you
Just
fucked.
talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why then they should. If you accuse someone and you found you're lying, you should go to fucking jail, in my opinion. I mean, big time. Especially if you're a celebrity or an athlete, you ruin them. They're
That's-
tarnished.
yeah.
They're fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, it hurts their contracts when they go to future things or whatever. I mean, it hurts their deals.
I
It's
totally
horrible.
agree.
Yeah. So that's a big reason why a lot of celebrities won't sign autographs. And you just got to know how to work it. I mean, I've been
Anyways.
denied an autograph before, so I mean, multiple times.
This was a little different, but I had the paper from cystic fibrosis, but it doesn't matter. It wasn't my neighbor. So
Maybe
just
he was
you.
constipated that day. He could
I
have been
don't know.
constipated.
Everybody has a bad day.
He could have had a bad day. He could have had a normal cell day. You
You
know,
could have been
bad
the
hair,
third one that
He could have
day.
bad hair.
I thought it was
I would
funny.
like to know what time frame it was, because
Bad
I could
hair.
I could
Call
probably
Nicole.
I can totally find
Yeah,
out for you, because I actually have
I'll text her
pictures.
right now, I should.
I was like mad about it. I'm really not holding a grudge. I want you to know that.
No. I'll
Joke.
get you something signed right now. Want me to get him up here? He's actually probably in town.
So
Not far
I
away.
just thought it was an interesting story, and then
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I didn't know that. But I think you admit Patrick or someone had mentioned something, but you might have mentioned to me actually.
Well,
that
I
you
got in
should
trouble
remember.
too for
because then after that I was like, well, fine then. And the girl, you go tell him what you did.
Well, I thought it'd be funny because my mom loves confetti, obviously,
Oh, so
And-
now you fucking toilet papered his house.
and I
you're-
thought it'd be funny to go over there and like destroy his house with confetti.
Let's get him up here now. Now we're gonna get him up here. I'm gonna be like,
And
do you
my
remember that
dad-
time your house got confetti bombed?
My dad got so mad at me because I was so young, I didn't know, and I put confetti in his exhaust in
Oh.
his car, and my dad was like, "Don't ever
When it's
do
exhaust,
that."
it's only going to shoot it out. So what would that actually really do? Your dad was
don't
probably,
know.
your dad was probably just pissed because
Probably.
that's a big fucking lawsuit. I mean,
Or probably.
and again, you're actually probably fucking with the most powerful guy in the world. I mean, in Dallas at the time. I mean, easily, bar
It was
none.
really funny. He was dating Lori Morgan at one point,
Yes, he was.
and
yeah.
Lori Morgan was sitting in the front yard a lot. I don't know why.
Yeah, he was. And then there was the Dallas Dream couple when he was with what's her name? I find her highly attractive. Actually, Angie Harmon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they
right.
dated for a long.
Yes,
that
they
was
did.
the Highland Park girl and the Highland Park. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys quarterback.
right.
That was the ultimate Dallas.
That's so
couple.
funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on from that, he's a family friend of yours. He
Yep.
opened. What the one thing I want to say though, he opened a restaurant in the Texas Life thing.
Yep.
I was just there.
We were just there.
I
No, you
loved
weren't. We were just
it.
there.
We were just
We
there.
were just there.
It was
Not like just
so
me and
much-
her, guys. No, like everybody was there. Patrick, if you're listening, no, it wasn't just me and her.
It was so much
It was
fun.
everybody.
I love that place.
It was. Texas Live is
Texas
awesome.
Live is
That was
amazing.
really
Everyone
fun.
tried
Definitely make sure I
going
live in
there.
Arlington. So if anybody's looking for a house in
Oh
Arlington,
yeah, you're selling
let
one
me
there.
know. Let me know.
I was like, they are? Who's looking for a house in
Oh.
Arlington? What is it? It's a restaurant or a venue?
It's a whole.
You haven't been there?
No, we got
I
to
don't
They
know
have
what it
trivia
is.
nights and everything.
That
Like,
looks awesome.
I love trivia.
I just made that shit up. You want to know how I made that shit up? You want to know how I made it up? Because I heard you do trivia night and shit.
She loves
Really,
that.
I love
I
trivia.
heard you got sick at
sick. Oh yeah.
yeah. You guys got sick up at Legacy West or
Legacy
some
Hall.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Doing-
love
doing
Legacy
trivia.
Hall.
I only had half of a chicken strip, and Gino ate like 12.
And I was like, trivia
We both
night?
got
Really?
sick.
Trivia night? He's like, yeah, trivia. I'm like,
It's so
Yeah.
fun.
yeah.
Are you
Wait,
good
have it
at
there too.
trivia?
Drive out there.
Are you good at it?
I'm fucking awesome at it.
I love Legacy
Come.
Hall, though.
After
go.
a while, you just stop doing it because you're that good.
No, come with us.
I mean,
It's like I quit. I retired.
that's why I retired.
Yeah, you win stuff. And
Like what
it's-
kind of stuff?
it's- Like there was like a $500
kind of
gift
stuff?
card, and I didn't know that
To where?
to there or something.
To Legacy Hall.
But if you get a lot, if you drink
I mean,
beer every time, and
It's
I like their
true.
beer. It's good
Well, I don't
beer,
drink,
but
so I mean that's
I'll
That's
like
on
warm
you.
fireball.
that's on you. I don't like warm
no, but
fireball.
we try to get people to come, and they won't.
I'll come. I mean,
No, but I said
don't rate on my invitation. That was my invitation. You can't just jump in and steal my invitation.
We can
No,
all
you're
go.
invited. Yeah,
But I
and
said
Gino loves you,
Spider-
so
Yeah, I like Gino. He's a good guy.
I love Legacy Hall. I think it's fun. I think it's interesting. Something
Yeah.
different. And you're like, I will hate it. And you
I have not even been. I need
know,
to go
but you
check
keep
it
saying
out.
You're gonna hate
yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
not as cool as Texas Live. Texas Live.
It's
10
not.
times.
Oh,
yeah,
Texas
so
Live,
what is it?
Texas Live
It's bar.
it's kind of nothing really like it around
Yeah, right.
here. It's basically it's indoor venue, kind of like Legacy Hall, but it's set up a lot better. There's a lot
Okay.
like there's bars, restaurants. Not everything's like a smaller walk-up place, you know, like a
Yeah.
mall.
Okay.
They're like walk-in restaurants. You walk into a mall.
That's
Like the
that's
P-
the best way to
Yeah,
describe
the
it.
PBR's there, the Professional Bull Riders Bar. They have like electric bulls you can ride in there.
That music in
chick-
that
the chick-
place
the chicks
is
all wear-
amazing.
The chaps with the booties hanging out.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yep. Then Pudge, you know,
that's
Pudge
right.
Rodriguez. Pudge's pizza's in there, which is kind of funny if you think
It's so
about it.
good. That pizza is
but think
good.
about it, but how did he not like corner the market for like Pudge's tacos? And he's Mexican.
I don't know,
Pudge's
but that
pizza.
pizza
I
is
mean,
really
it's like
good.
you're Italian. Yeah, Pudge.
I
I'm not gonna
know.
trust a Mexican guy to make me a pizza.
It's good. Did you try it?
It is good. I was shocked.
I
I
didn't
was so
try it.
shocked. You
It's
need
like
to try it.
homemade.
It's
I didn't try
so
it.
good.
I heard it's good. I heard
Is
it's
it in
good.
Arlington?
Cream had like a couple slices that day. We're all up there, but he
Yeah.
was also high.
Oh, that
so
was cream.
I didn't know if he was. Yeah, I don't know if he
I didn't
really
know.
enjoyed it. Or it was just because everything tastes good when you're high. So I mean, I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't take his. But yes, Troy's is awesome. The restaurant's awesome. The setup's good. Live music, 5 to 6 days a week in
Wow.
his restaurant only. Yeah.
Wow.
And then the game was super fun.
The
to
game was super
watch
fun.
there.
And
So
also,
fun.
also outside, not to interrupt you, also outside of Texas Live is an outdoor concert venue. That Pat Green was just there.
He signed my hat.
Yeah.
He wore
You
it
signed
on
my
stage.
hat. You signed my hat.
But it was sweaty, so I was like, I don't want it anymore.
Yeah, like Papa Roach is coming up there. Jaw
wow.
Rule, that old ass Jaw Rule. I didn't know. I thought they
All
were
that
still in
90s
jail.
stuff is
Yeah,
coming
But
back.
that was like
Love that.
90s rap's the best rap ever.
It
man.
is. But that was like Nelly at Lava Cantina the other day. I was like, really?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That
Salt
place
and Pepper
popped up
were
out of
there.
nowhere. And
Yeah,
doing
that guy's
fantastic.
that guy's got a lot of money though. The guy opened that. He owns I guess like a place in Houston too, some kind of taco venture or something. Yeah, he's doing good. He's bringing the right acts there to fill it. He got Stevie Aoki's coming up. That show is gonna
Oh.
be fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does he
At
still
Texas
cake
Live?
people?
No, at Lava by the house.
Oh, Lava. Yeah, I did see that. I want to
yeah.
go.
Oh yeah, I jumped on and got tickets. I was in Seattle. I mean, I can't.
Lava Cantina is actually fun. I was
It's really it's
surprised.
a good setup because even if you don't have a good ticket, I mean, like if you just get general admission, you're right in front of the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Or you can buy something on the railing or
Yeah.
something. But I mean, it's
Have you been yet?
good.
I've not.
That's fun.
Like, do you like? I mean, does Pat not take you anywhere? Shit.
Nowhere.
Son of a
It's
bitch.
so
They had
freaking
midget
annoying.
wrestling up there. I wanted to go to that.
I went to
no.
that. I like midget
They
wrestling.
did?
They see that in Addison at
Yeah.
next to Pac 9.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And would you talk to your partner a little bit, please? It doesn't let me out of the house. It's being annoying.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean,
Rude.
so rude.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
annoying, really. Let's move to one other thing.
keep it
And
flowing.
then we're gonna take a little break, and then I have so many questions that are really fun.
Fire away.
But-
No mute, and I'll answer anything.
Just wanted to touch on this a little bit because we dedicated one show to Keith Moses, which was a friend of ours,
You're
which
gonna
was
definitely
also
try to make me fucking cry right now. This show is this being
It
filmed?
wouldn't be
Is
the
it
first
filmed?
time.
Yeah,
It is on
every week.
camera.
Great, thanks. Get me loaded on Fireball and make me cry.
I should have waited then. No.
No, it's all right. I can cry so. I can cry sober. I don't need liquor to
just-
cry over him.
Tell me, I want you to share your relationship with Keith and
It's not. I mean, it's not hard. We actually, I didn't like Keith when I first met him.
you didn't.
No. not
How
at
did
all.
you meet?
What?
I didn't.
You
and I'll tell you
didn't?
why.
Who doesn't like Keith?
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Keith's a good-looking guy. A very good-looking guy. You know, I mean, I'm not gay, but he's a good-looking guy. I mean, I'm
Gina would say.
I'm very confident in sexuality. I can tell you a good-looking guy. I mean, I'll tell you if you name a celebrity, I'm like, no, he's a
Zac
fucking
Efron.
dork. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds, hot motherfucker.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds, hot as fuck. He's hot. But I mean, I'll tell you if the dude's ugly or not. But
Tell you if he's
I love his wife.
but
I love her.
yo, yeah, no, she's hotter. But I mean, hey. But no, I saw him outside on a patio. Well, I knew of him. He had a problem with Rashid. And it was over a Liz.
Oh, wow.
Liz.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're outside on the patio of Jack Daniel's bar. And Rashid's like, that's, it's Keith. And I'm like, I know you pointed it out to me before. I go, like, and this is when I was in the, I was still fighting, put it that way there. And I was like, so what am I going to do? And if you don't know Rashid's, 6'4",
Oh, my God.
270, 280, big dude, but a complete pussy.
Katie dated.
Katie dated, yeah. Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, and one of my good friends, and then we weren't good friends, and then we're back to good friends again. But over his fiance now, I guess as she is, I don't know. But anyways, so we're there, and I was like, and then out of nowhere, I'm trying to think if I'm engaged to her, but my girlfriend slash
You have been engaged?
yeah, my
What?
girlfriend slash maybe fiance at
Who?
the time. You don't know her, LJ.
Oh,
LJ,
wow.
yeah, she's from college.
Oh.
Yeah, she lived at my old house in your neighborhood.
What?
Yeah, I was engaged
I did
for.
not know you were engaged.
Yeah, she chose to. Well, that's a long nice story. It's a funny story, but it's a good story.
We'll talk about it next
Yeah,
show.
we can. But no, so I see him, and I'm like, all right, so what I'm doing. And then all of a sudden, I can't remember if we're engaged at the time or dating, but she's like,
That's probably why.
she hears what we're talking. No, it's just because I'm 43 and it's a long time ago, smart ass. I should go to some more trivia sessions.
Yeah, I know. We need more people to come.
Yes, we do.
Let's go.
No, but and I choose to remember the negative things, especially about me wanting to knock Keith out for no reason at all. It had nothing to do with me. But he said my girlfriend. We'll just call her my girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
I don't think we were engaged at the time. She's like, he's hot, and I was like, oh, fuck, because I wasn't gonna do shit. Then it went from like, me, Mike, just calm the fuck down, dude. Seriously, let it go. And then I'm here. He's hot. I'm like, you want to see how hot he is? You want to see how hot he is? How hot's he gonna look when he's on his ass on the concrete outside? Of course, I never did. And then we hit it off like the first time we hung out. We like hit it off and not to like, I don't know how you put this, kind of go on how he went away. Let's say went away. We stayed up multiple nights the first time we met. And it wasn't just because we loved our company, each other's company. We just, we were living life. We liked to have fun.
You went a little bit crazy.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did. And I think he literally stayed at my house for like a fucking week. The house in your neighborhood, literally on a week. Yeah. I mean, I got pictures of him sleeping with my dog that's now dead on my couch. Now, he wasn't dead when he was sleeping with him, but he was. Yeah, he's dead. He's like dead now. Wasn't dead then. He wasn't like up and all night and he just died. No, but we just hit it off and I don't know. And honestly, going back to the girl thing, there's like he's probably the only person ever that I actually didn't. He held me back from hooking up with someone that I liked a lot. Yeah. And it's because
How
of
did
him.
he do that?
Because of him. It was him. It was his ex, his love of his life. You know what I'm talking about? There's only two of them, you and somebody else. Come on.
Christy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Me, her, and Murdoch went out, and then and Murdoch brought her out because she said Chrissy's interested in you, whatever. And we went out. We went to Seafood Prime, and then we left. It was a bar above, by the Crescent. It was upstairs, like a speakeasy type place.
I know what you're talking about.
We went there afterwards, and then she goes, "You take me home?" And then I said, "Yeah." So I was taking her house, and she's like, "Well, your house?" I'm like, "Yeah." Go to my house and fuck shit. Yeah, it's not near here. It's down in in Plano. And we went there, and what I did was, your house is set up differently, so you wouldn't know. But my doors.
Oh, I know. I was in your house.
Yeah, but my bedroom doors. They're right when you walk in. I remember the staircase. Well, they're double doors, like French doors.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her once I got out of there. Not saying we didn't kiss, we kissed multiple times, but so you know what? I can't do this. She's like. I was like, yeah. And I go, well, what's what we're going to do? I go, I'm going to sleep on the couch. You sleep in the bedroom. We're just going to talk I'll leave the doors open. We just talked till we passed out.
Wow.
Yeah. Talked till we passed out. I don't know who passed out first, but yeah. Yeah. First, I was in the bed, and then she's, I'll take the couch. I'm like, no, I guess whatever. But then we switched. I could hear her toss and turn. I was like, what the fuck, and just come take in my bed. So then we switched. And I took my dog in the other room, and he laid on the other end of the couch where he usually laid. And I laid there, and we literally had the doors open. We just talked until we passed out.
Wow. So because of so much respect for Keith.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. And then I saw her at the funeral, and we even talked about that. We even joked about it. I'm like, yeah. So it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not saying I fuck I don't believe in fucking, friends, girlfriends. I don't believe that. But you got to be a really, really, really good friend for me to turn down, like a hot girl. Like you two or fucking Christy. Or just an attractive girl. You got to be like a really good friend. I don't really think there's too many others that I actually would do it for because I think friends are fucking snakes. I think
that's true.
That's why
that's
why I keep everybody close because I don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
I have very few friends. But then again, I've hit every one of my friends. Yeah.
Hit?
Like, you didn't hit them?
No, I didn't hit Keith. No, I'm saying, but I'm saying I've hit Tommy multiple times. I knocked Rash's big ass out of my house when he was dating Katie.
But if you're like a fight, okay, so like there's some people who just have that, and guys are so weird. Like you guys can fight, and then you get up and you're like friends.
Well, you're the only.
I wish girls were like
two,
that.
right?
Me
So you have that connection.
Yeah.
Like some of my closest friends I've fought with before.
And see, the thing about me was it never didn't matter how fucking big or tall you were. Like Mike destroyed them when we were with a lot of Max was with us and everything. We're in Vegas. And some guys that tried to jump me in the bathroom in Vegas, and I was
what?
Yeah. But I've been Mike 6'4". I cleaned him. It didn't really matter. I wouldn't like fucking your punk ass ex-boyfriend Andy. That motherfucker. If he was always only by himself and I'd have to look at my shoulder, I would have fought him in a heartbeat. Actually.
He was a horrible fighter. I'd watch him just sucker punch people and like not be able to fight at all.
No, yeah, exactly. That's what he did. He's known for sucker punch people.
Yeah.
Sucker punch Vic, and Vic, what happened?
Oh, yeah,
you got dealt with.
Yeah, that was the best moment ever.
You got a sucker punch, you're a pussy anyway. So I look at it.
Yeah.
Anybody can catch someone with a chin clean.
When they're not looking.
Yeah. If you got a good chin. The thing is, if you hit them on the chin and they don't go down, you're fucked. Because it means you already knew you couldn't beat them. So now when they turn around, you're fucked. You better your adrenaline better pop real quick because you're gonna have to fight really good right now. You're like the best you've ever fought. So.
Woogy, you love fighting.
Not anymore. No. Not anymore. No.
You used to love fighting.
No, I used to. Oh yeah, shit. I used
but
to. But
some guys, even I know now, are like, I just want a reason. Someone give me a reason.
See, like my reason now. before, like literally, like in college, I used to go out literally to the bar, and walk through, and if you grazed my shirt. I'd say, what the fuck's your problem? And I'd be like, I was getting through the bar, yeah. But that's because I just went out looking for shit. But nowadays, you got to talk shit about a friend, a girlfriend, or pick on one of my friends. And then I'm like, that doesn't fight. And then I'm like, okay, all right, game time.
We had a funny situation
shots.
like last week, though, because we went to Concrete Cowboy in Plano.
I was with you.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
I was about to tell the story, and we're there watching a football game.
That was a good thing my dad was there because it actually that stopped me honestly from.
I saw that.
Yeah. I was literally gonna just
and
destroy
Woogy
that
is
fuck.
at the bar with his dad, and Masala and I sitting there, and my brother. And all of a sudden,
and your husband. Don't forget you have one of those. You have one of those. He was there too.
I couldn't
He was
remember
there.
if he was with you there.
No, he went up there at that point. He came up and talked to me
after.
afterwards. Yeah.
And this guy comes up, and it all happened so fast. I don't even know. He comes up and he goes, I need to ask you just for a quick favor.
Question. I have to do a test or something.
Test or something.
I was like,
and she
okay.
gets up, and
You?
within
Me.
Okay.
seconds, like I have never seen anything like it. He flips her, picks her up, and
Head,
flips her.
head misses the concrete by
close.
like.
Not even
yeah.
close. Like
Yeah.
not even close to a good
It was
flip.
a horrible fucking flip.
Oh my God, it was
horrible.
so
and I'm
dangerous.
sitting literally at the corner of the bar.
Woogy
So like,
sees it.
so at the corner of my eye, I mean, that's another good thing about when you're always paranoid and everything, and fighting and whatnot.
You're
Yeah.
looking at everything. all the
I could
time.
survey. I could survey a place quick. I mean,
Yeah.
really, like right when I walk in. I'm still a master at it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, and I see it, and I just see it, and I think it was more like the movement.
Yeah.
Movement caught my eye. And I'm like, looked over, and I'm still talking to my dad, and we're like going through. He was in a sad mood or whatever. So I'm trying to deal with him, and I see this shit, and I'm like. But see, I didn't know if this is one of Marcella's dumb fucking friends. I didn't know. But see, then at the same time, I'm sitting there going, well, I think I know most of her fucking friends. But maybe this is someone she had on her podcast or whatever. I don't know. Or it's on her new TV show because she's a bigwig. I don't know. But the point is, I'm sitting there going, well, I can't do anything. But even my dad caught me, goes, what are you looking at? I go, nothing. But I knew he didn't know her because right after it happened, he walked like from the booth past me, and he had a dude with him, a little short-looking I think he might have been Asian or Mexican dude, short little sumbitch. And he's walking by, and he looked at his friend and he goes, wow. Like just like in a shock. Like he knew he almost fucking crashed her head in the concrete. And then I was like, son of a bitch, he didn't know her. And right then, I was like, oh, Dad, just fucking like, dude, why are you here right now? Because I can throw down in there and get away with murder in there. So I'm sitting there going, I would have just crushed him, right? I mean, especially that would have been a perfect angle because I could have pulled the Andy and sucker shot him. Could have Andy'd him.
We saw you looking, and I was like, "Oh my God, Woogie wants to kill him." Because I literally like came.
My eyes were
this
big.
close.
Yeah.
He
I
came
saw
up to you, flipped you, and left.
Like a whole bottle just flipped it, and her head just like fucking missed the ground.
We have no idea. And then
Did you?
I
Would
saw
you
those
hit him?
Instagram stories.
I was in so much
No,
shock.
no, you giggled. You just giggled. I watched it. And you were like, ha ha, and I was like, well, fuck, maybe I couldn't.
was
Usually I can judge
screaming.
you, and I didn't know.
Screaming.
Yeah.
My
was
mom's
screaming.
screaming, and then some guy at the bar turns around. And he's like, "Did you know him?" And I was like, "I have no idea who that was at all."
Yeah.
I would have like racked him.
No, see,
It was
but no,
so
she
fast.
was so shocked. Like, see,
Shocked.
I can judge her. Like, I know when she's in trouble or if something's wrong or she's bothered.
Yeah.
I do, and I'm sitting there going, I can judge it. She's like giggling, but is it like a friend, a nervous laugh, or is it a friend laugh?
What a
Like,
weirdo.
oh, my friend almost cracked my
Weird.
head, or is this fucking random dude almost cracked my head? I'm like, which one is it? Because the last thing is to go hit somebody, and then she goes, you just knocked out my third cousin or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, or Gabrielle's other brothers in town that I didn't know about. It's been hiding out. You know, I don't know. So my eyes lit up. Even my dad was like, "What are you looking at?" Nothing. Just talking to me. But the whole time I'm talking to my dad, like he's sitting here, so I could still see they're like in line with their booth the whole time. So I'm like, I'm doing this. I'm like, I had one eye here and one eye here. I'm like, okay, you know, yeah, I did. I mean, but it was that was
Ew, what
that was
the heck?
fucking ballsy though. It was ballsy.
That was
And then later when my dad left, remember I was sitting with you guys.
Yeah.
Why couldn't it happen then?
I know.
Why couldn't it happen then?
I know.
I mean, fuck, we'd be talking about loose steroid again on
You need a punching bag.
Plano, yeah.
On that note, we're gonna wrap up this
Perfect.
show, and we're gonna come back.
I gotta go take a shit.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
That was a joke. I'm just kidding.
He's not kidding.
Actually, I don't know. I don't.
Perfect.
We'll find out.